Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Lutfi Fadilatul Rashid. My study number is 4434. In here, I will tell you about equality training or base period in SPM Lido, entitled Lagi or Crying. Monday, March 1, 2021, the day when we prospective cadet of Poltekip batch 55 started activities organized by the Correctional Science Polytechnic Academic and Proficiency Subdivision, namely the Equality Training or Base Period, which is required for us cadet to participate as a condition for being appointed as cadet Poltekip. I am Muhammad Lutfi Fadilatul Rashid from Garut, West Java. Alhamdulillah, this year I was accepted at Poltekip along with 345 other people. Therefore, as a candidate, I am obligated to take part in these activities. I went to SPN Lido with my family. We left home at exactly 3 a.m. deliberately because the distance between Garut and Lido is quite far. It takes approximately 5 hours of travel. At 10 p.m., thank God, I arrived at SPN Lido and had to wait to enter because of the schedule for admitting prospective cadets by the SPN Lido starting from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m. Finally, I was with my family looking for a place to wait for that time. After the time showed 12:13 in the afternoon, my family and I moved closer to SPN Lido. And here I meet my friends from various regions who previously could only meet virtually only, and we entered the SPN get together. On this first day, in connection with what was happening, namely the COVID-19 pandemic, we prospective cadets had to carry out an antigen swab test as well as the distribution masks, hand sanitizer, and vitamins, which was held directly by the SPN Lido as a form of implementing health protocol. After the swab test was carried out antigen, then prospective cadets are gathered to receive distribution of equipment for items to be used during the base period, namely a set of PDL uniform, PDL shoes, sock, PDL rubber, backpack, and stationery supply including charter name tag. After I get the equipment, I along with other charter were directed to the fire in front of the guard post. There were we divided into groups according to their respective platoons, which had been arranged, namely 25 platoons. I was in platoon 2B. At first, I and my friend felt awkward because it had just met in person, although previously had met virtually. But over time, we can chat intimately. After we know that each platoon, we were directed to the barracks to rest according to the platoon. In between men and women, the barracks are separated. Platoon 22B, especially for men, is located in Barrack 7, where the barracks are the most end of the barracks. When we enter the barracks, the condition of the barrack is very dirty and dusty, especially the condition of the bathroom, and also the toilet is very messy. The toilet door is broken, the water tap is not running, and there is still trash scattered about. My first impression of entering the barrack is indeed a bit shivering. It is not strange because the barrack at SPN Lido have not been used for a long time, because the police students who were supposed to be there were doing PJJ activities in their respective residence. The Chatar activity started again after the evening call to prayer, and already dressed in full. The dinner ceremony was the first activity together in the black field of SPN Lido. At that time, we were lined up consecutively on the platoons. After the ceremony was over dinner began immediately at that place as well. While eating the food that has been provided, we are also talking and continuing to introduce ourselves, to be more familiar with each other. After dinner, the activity continues to the hall building to carry out rehearsals or training for the opening ceremony of the basis period for tomorrow morning. As a sign that the Samapta training as activities are officially opened. Tonight, activity was finally finished and closed with a night ceremony at exactly 10 p.m. After which the Chatar returned to the barrack to rest and prepare things for tomorrow morning activities. The day changed. On the second day, the Kesamatan exercise or basis period was officially opened by the head of BPSDM, Mr. Asep Kurnia, which is why we officially handed over the charter from the Poltekip to the SPN Lido to be educated with the aim of creating a mental cadet who thought responsive and compassionate in accordance with the motto of the Poltekip itself. Activities during the base period are very tiring. How come? Our activities are carried out all day long, starting from wake up at 4 a.m. and returning to be at 11 p.m. with different activities every day according to predetermined schedule. That the time of our daily activities until on March 14, 2021. But we were happy to carry out these activities even though we were punished in the form of push-up, sit-up, backward, frog jumping, to be there in the sun, in the hot sun, on the asphalt field. Everything was not felt, and feeling tired of laziness and fear of the builder is not a reason to give up. Day after day, we passed imperceptibly, and there was one day that impressed me the most, where at night when I was resting in the parade. I was enjoying a deep sleep. At around 2 a.m., I heard the sound of footsteps, like I was going around Barrack 7 that I live in. Strangely, the sound of the step is very different from what I should be. The sound of step that night or the interval steps sometimes sound fast and sometimes even slow down, sometimes even stop. There I wake up and start to make my heart pound. I just open my eyes but don't wake up from bed and try to look at the other friend to make sure whether the other were feeling or hearing the same thing as me or not. It turned out that after I saw them, none of them woke up. So I closed them again in the hope I could go back to sleep. But from there I could not sleep because of the sound of the steps. I can still hear it and I did that there is a voice like some who is lagging and sometimes its sound is crying. In the distance I can vaguely heard it. Gradually the sound of laughter and crying seemed to approach until it was heard clearly and made the hair on my neck stand up. At that time, I tried to calm down and pray silently so that nothing worse happens. Alhamdulillah, at about 3 a.m., the sound of footsteps crying and lagging no longer heard. But still, I could fall back to sleep until the trumpet woke up the police sounded at 4 a.m. The experience that night was one that I will never forget while following the best period at SPN Lido. Thank you for listening. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.